My ex-wife took my house in the divorce, then came back trying to claim my lottery winnings. I didn't say a word to her. I just let my lawyer do all the talking. Now real quick, if you're here for some sweet justice, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You won't want to miss the fallout from this one. Now back to the story. You ever see those lottery winner documentaries? The ones where someone wins millions and ends up broke, divorced, and living in a van 2 years later? Yeah, this is almost one of those stories. But with a twist. Let me rewind. My name's Caleb. I'm 41 now, living in Ohio and working in logistics. Nothing fancy. Just a regular guy with a regular life. Well, it was regular until everything went sideways. 7 years ago, I married Melanie. On paper, we looked like a dream. She was beautiful, funny, and charming in that way where she could sell ice to an Eskimo. Me? I was the quiet type. I liked grilling on Sundays and staying out of the drama. But Melanie, she thrived in chaos. I didn't see it at first. Love can blind you. She started small, like putting everything in her name, the house, the car, even the Costco membership. She said it was just for convenience. I didn't argue. Fast forward 5 years. I'm sleeping in the guest room because she needs space. Then comes the credit card debt I knew nothing about. $24,000 on spa days, expensive handbags, and a secret girls' trip to Cabo. I only found out when the bank called, asking why my name was linked to so many missed payments. When I confronted her, she said I was boring. She said I should be grateful someone like her ever gave me a shot. Then get this. She filed for divorce. In the petition, she claimed emotional neglect and financial instability. Me, the guy working 60-hour weeks to keep her comfortable. It was unreal. And here's the kicker. Because everything was in her name, she walked away with almost everything. The house I made the down payment on. The SUV I bought her for our anniversary. Half of my retirement fund. I got to keep my clothes, my PS5, and a barbecue grill. The divorce was final in February. By June, I was living in a tiny rental apartment above a dry cleaner. I was eating microwaved ramen and wondering if my life could possibly get any worse. Then it didn't. It got wildly, unbelievably better. July 3rd, I stopped at a gas station for a Gatorade. On a whim, I bought a couple of scratch-offs. The first one was a dud. The other one? $6.2 million. I just blinked at the ticket for 10 minutes, convinced it was a misprint. I called my buddy Kyle, who thought I was high. I wasn't. I was just suddenly a millionaire with serious trust issues. I didn't tell anyone else. I cashed the ticket anonymously through a lawyer. I set up a trust and took the lump sum after taxes. It left me with just over $4 million. Not yacht money, but definitely never eat ramen again money. And the first thing I did with it? Absolutely nothing. I didn't buy a sports car or post it online. I just met with my lawyer, set up some smart investments, paid off my truck, and kept my head down. That peace lasted for exactly 3 weeks. Because then she was back. Out of nowhere, I get a text. Hey stranger. Just wanted to see how you're doing. Want to grab coffee sometime? I stared at that message like it was a rattlesnake. She never used emojis when we were married. And she hadn't checked on me once since the divorce. I didn't respond. 2 days later, another message. I heard a rumor. Hope it's not true. But if it is, maybe we should talk. Love. My stomach dropped. I'd only told Kyle and my lawyer. Turns out Kyle's girlfriend told her cousin, whose hairdresser just so happened to do Melanie's highlights. A classic small-town betrayal. I still didn't reply. I just screenshotted every message and sent them straight to my lawyer, Paula. Best money I've ever spent. Paula is a savage with a spine made of titanium. Melanie didn't stop. She escalated. She showed up at my job to check in. She left a basket of muffins at my apartment door. She left crying voicemails talking about second chances. And then she filed a motion with the court. She claimed our divorce settlement was unfair because I had knowingly withheld assets. Let that sink in. She argued I intentionally hid lottery winnings, that I won months after the divorce was final. I didn't even have to show up to court. Paula did. She walked in with timestamps, transaction records, tax receipts, and a statement from the Lottery Commission with the exact date and time of the win. It was ironclad. Melanie's lawyer tried to argue that I somehow knew I was going to win and should have disclosed it. The judge actually laughed. He dismissed the motion with prejudice, meaning she couldn't file again. I heard she screamed at her lawyer and cried in the parking lot for 40 minutes. I was at home, sipping a beer on my balcony. That's what victory tastes like. But the story doesn't end there. A month later, I figured it was all over. But Melanie is like a cockroach with Wi-Fi. She just keeps coming back. One morning, I get a knock at the door of my new lake house. It's Melanie's mother, holding a tray of banana bread. "Caleb, sweetheart," she said. "Melanie's been struggling. Maybe you could help her get back on her feet." I just looked at her. "You mean the same Melanie who took my house and sued me for my lottery winnings?" Her smile flickered. I just said, "Tell Melanie I said hi and goodbye." Then I shut the door. I gave the banana bread to my neighbor's dog. 3 days later, she emailed me a long, rambling message about how she never stopped loving me. Then she went public. A sad selfie on Facebook with the caption, "Some people win the lottery and lose their soul." The comment section was a war zone. People who knew the real story ripped her apart. It was beautiful. But Melanie had one more card to play. She showed up at my job at the warehouse. One of my coworkers comes up and says, "Caleb? Some chick at the front office says she's your wife." Not ex-wife. Wife. I walk up there, and there she is, dressed for a red carpet, with fake tears in her eyes. "Caleb," she says, loud enough for everyone to hear. "I made a mistake. I should never have left you. I don't like scenes." But I was done. I said calmly, "Melanie, this is harassment. You need to leave before I call the cops." She looked at me shocked. "You wouldn't call the cops on me," she whispered. "Oh, I won't," I replied. "But my lawyer?" She'd love the paperwork. She left. And that was the last time I saw her. Now I'm living a good life. I kept my job part-time, just to stay grounded. I bought my mom a house. I set up a college fund for my niece. I travel. I fish. I take naps in the middle of the day just because I can. Sometimes, peace looks like a quiet morning with no emails from your ex. And other times, it looks like knowing your lawyer already won the war for you. So, I have to ask, what's the smartest thing you've ever done to protect your peace? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening.